Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here for you. We're going to be talking about Russia in this video and a very dangerous story to bring to you, but at the same time, it's something very important to share. I think we all need to know about this. So, Russia is announcing nuclear drills in preparation of war with NATO. Okay, why are they doing this? Well, for two reasons, okay? Two major reasons, at least. I'm sure it's more than just this, but we've had two stories that have come out recently, and I've covered both of them numerous times, okay? One of them being French President Emmanuel Macron. Okay, I've covered this so many times already. He has come out at least 4 or 5 times, maybe more, and reaffirming his position that if Ukraine starts to lose this war in any way, if the front line breaks or anything like that, and Kiev calls, any countries really to come to their aid. It's not just France, but if they call for help, France is going to step up and send troops to Ukraine to fight against Russia. I'm not joking about that. That's very serious. And then also, I just did a report in the last couple days talking about UK's Foreign Secretary David Cameron visiting Kiev in Ukraine, the capital, and visiting Zelensky, okay, the President Zelensky of Ukraine, and discussing this war and talking about the fact that the British Storm Shadow missiles or any weapons that they supply to Ukraine can be used to strike targets inside Russian territory. Now, I'm not talking about Crimea or the Donbass, Donetsk region, any of these annexed regions. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual Russian territory. Now, I would assume they're mainly talking about these cruise missiles, okay? The Scalp British Storm Shadow missiles. Okay, so very, very provocative statements coming out recently from the West here in just the last few months. And due to this, that's why Russia's now announcing they're going to be doing nuclear drills, okay? They're going to be doing exercises, practicing nuclear strikes on Britain facilities, okay, in the UK, okay. But they're threatening that they'll strike first inside of Ukraine on British facilities that are in Ukraine, but they said that they will go elsewhere as well. They will attack abroad. Okay, so this is very, very big news, and we've got lots of information to go over. So let's go ahead and get right into this on ABC News. Russia announces nuclear weapon drills after angry exchange with Western officials, and it says right here, Russia is threatening to strike British military facilities and says it plans to hold drills simulating the use of battlefield nuclear weapons. So I would assume these are tactical nukes, okay, not their major powerful nukes that destroy a whole nation in one or two strikes. So Russia on Monday threatened to strike British military facilities and said it would hold drills simulating the use of battlefield nuclear weapons amid sharply rising tensions over comments by senior Western officials about possibly deeper involvement in the war in Ukraine. After summoning the British ambassador to the foreign ministry, Moscow warned that Ukrainian strikes on Russian territory with UK-supplied weapons would bring retaliatory strikes against British military facilities and equipment on Ukrainian soil or elsewhere. You see how it says that? Or elsewhere. So they'd be willing to strike even the UK, okay, even Britain. And we just had reports that I covered just a few months ago that the US was going to be transferring nuclear weapons over to Britain, which they already have them. They already have nukes, and I think tactical nukes. I don't know if they have like the very powerful nukes, but they were going to be sending them some more tactical nukes for some reason, and they were going to be rushing them over there quickly. I think it was like back in February or March, something like that. And I thought that was kind of interesting. And then Russia came out right away and they were like, oh, okay, well, now Britain's going to be on our target list, okay? We're going to simulate strikes, and if we got to take them out, we'll take them out. So the remarks came on the eve of Russian President Vladimir Putin's inauguration to a fifth term in office, and in a week when Moscow on Thursday will celebrate Victory Day, its most important secular holiday, marking its defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II. The drills are a response to provocative statements and threats of certain Western officials regarding the Russian Federation, the Defense Ministry said in a statement. It was the first time Russia has publicly announced drills involving tactical nuclear weapons, although its strategic nuclear forces regularly hold exercises. Tactical nuclear weapons include air bombs, warheads for short-range missiles, and artillery munitions and are meant for use on a battlefield, they are less powerful than the strategic weapons, massive warheads that arm intercontinental ballistic missiles and are intended to obliterate entire cities. The Russian announcement was warning to Ukraine's Western allies about becoming more deeply engaged in the two-year-old war, where the Kremlin's forces have gained an upper hand amid Ukraine's shortage of manpower and weapons. Some of Ukraine's Western partners have previously expressed concern that a conflict could spill beyond Ukraine into a war between NATO and Russia. So I want to mention something here about involvement in Ukraine when it comes to France and Britain and any countries that are really being involved in this war, right? So regarding this, I had some unconfirmed reports that Kiev would basically call for help sometime soon, okay? Maybe in the next few months or the next few weeks, because we've been reporting that their front line has been falling apart, okay? We've been talking a lot about that their front line is failing, and that they may call for help, and that if they were to call for help, that France would immediately send them troops and help them fight this war. So I wanted to share that. That's unconfirmed at this time, but that could be a thing here in the near future, and I think that's pretty realistic, considering the fact that we've heard from the French president that they would send troops in. But considering as well that the war is not going so well for Ukraine, at least at the moment, it is very possible that at some point out of nowhere we could hear Ukraine calling for assistance, and then all of a sudden countries start coming to back them. And I say countries because we're primarily talking about France, but who knows who else would want to get involved if they were concerned about Ukraine losing this war. It could shake some countries up and make them want to respond. French President Emmanuel Macron repeated last week that he doesn't exclude sending troops to Ukraine. A UK Foreign Secretary David Cameron said Kiev's forces will be able to use British long-range weapons to strike targets inside Russia. Some other NATO countries providing weapons to Kiev have balked at that possibility. So it's starting to grow, okay? We're starting to see more countries wanting to allow Ukraine to strike Russia directly, okay? The Kremlin branded these comments as dangerous, heightening tension between Russia and NATO. The war already has placed significant strain on relations between Moscow and the West. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Monday that Macron's recent statement and other remarks by British and U.S. officials had prompted the nuclear drills. It's a new round of escalation, Peskov said, referring to what the Kremlin regarded as provocative statements. It's unprecedented and requires special attention and special measures. Russia's foreign ministry summoned both the French and British ambassadors. It urged the British ambassador to think about the inevitable catastrophic consequences of such hostile steps from London. Sweden's foreign minister Tobias Billström said the nuclear exercises contribute to increasing instability. In the current security situation, Russia's actions may be considered particularly irresponsible and reckless, Billström told Swedish news agency TT. Dmitry Medvedev, the deputy head of Russia's Security Council, that's chaired by Putin, said in his typically hawkish fashion that the comments by Macron and Cameron risked pushing the nuclear-armed world toward a global catastrophe. Okay, so if you guys want to read the rest of this, I'll cite this down below, and you can check out the rest of this article. Just wanted to give you the bulk of the evidence there, but yeah, I mean, this is very dangerous what's happening, and I've been covering this war for several months now, and it's continued to worsen just over the last 4 or 5 months. Okay, it's gotten really bad quickly. And because of the fact that Ukraine was short on supplies for so long, and now they're just starting to get them, they're actually not even going to be getting many of these supplies probably for several months. They'll get some right now, but it's going to take time to transfer everything over to Ukraine. And, in the meantime, Ukraine could completely fall apart here, okay? They could struggle to hold the line. Russia's already starting to break through, last I knew. We'll try to find an update on that. And, if they really start to break through the line here, this could get really bad for Ukraine. Things could fall apart. The country could start to collapse. And that's where, other countries could want to start stepping in. And then all of a sudden, we're leading to a very, very major conflict here in Eastern Europe. So let me know what you think down below, though. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.